All right, how you doing, everybody? My name is Jonathan. I've only done one video review in my life, and it's only this one. So it might suck, it might be biased, it might not be even watchable, it may never get a view. But I'm going to give you my review on Black Panther 2, and I'm going to tell you what I think they got completely wrong. So let me just start off by saying when I first saw the first trailer for Wakanda Forever, the No Woman, No Cry, I was like, all right, you got my money. You got my money. Just take my money. I'm going to go see it. There's nothing that's going to stop me. And part of it is due to the fact that that last part when Kendrick Lamar comes on, he says, and when I came up, and then you see the hand of the Black Panther. I knew it was false hope, but there was like maybe, just maybe, somehow they can bring back Michael B. Jordan, even if it's just like for a small part. They're going to bring back Killmonger, who is probably one of the greatest villains of the MCU history, who had a realistic reason to come back because at the end of Black Panther, when he said, bury me in the ocean, and then you saw him coming up on the beach, I was like, oh, this could be fantastic. So I knew that it probably wasn't going to happen, but I was like, man, if they did this, it's game over. So I read an article, and you know what? I don't have the source. I can't find the article, but I know I saw it somewhere. Maybe somebody else saw it, where they said that before the passing of Chadwick Boseman, they had already planned to make Shuri the next Black Panther, and Chadwick Boseman was absolutely against it. Um, don't know where I saw it, but it was somewhere but it happened in the comics, so that's why they were saying that they wanted to do it in the next Black Panther movie. So I almost see it as a very, very, very unfortunate convenience if that's something that they wanted to do, because I would have totally been against it. Now, as the trailers went on, I became less and less interested in seeing Wakanda Forever because I was like, wait a minute. Okay, it's pretty clear that it's not going to be Killmonger, coming off shore. And then they showed that Black Panther was going to be a woman, and then they showed Riri flying the Iron Man. And I don't understand why Marvel does so much to spoil a movie before it even drops. Like, I remember for Civil War, I was going to see it no matter what. You didn't even have to tell me that Spider-Man was going to be in it. I was just going to watch it no matter what. But they put Spider-Man in the trailer, and I'm like, I would have really, really lost my mind if I saw Spider-Man without the forewarning. Kind of like how at the end of Iron Man 2, we saw Thor's hammer without any forewarning, and then the theater just lost their minds. But I guess the MCU doesn't want to do that anymore. So I knew that they were going to bring in Ironheart. I knew that Black Panther was going to be a woman, and I was like, all right, I'm cool with that as long as it's Okoye. I'm totally down for Okoye to be the Black Panther because she has been fighting by Chadwick Boseman's character's T'Challa's side, through Infinity War, through Black Panther. So I was like, that makes the most sense. Shuri was the most insufferable part of Black Panther to me, and that's kind of what made it suck so bad because Black Panther 1, I feel like the MCU just got so caught up in comedy, and Black Panther 1 was one of the few movies that had more of a serious tone. I'm one of the very few people that actually liked the first two Thor movies because it gave me a break from all those jokes. Black Panther 1, to me, had very realistic, serious tones, especially when you consider the problem that M'Baku had with Shuri controlling so much of the technology, given the fact that she was a child. And then we go to the Wakanda Forever, and then M'Baku has like a very small role, and he's really just comedy relief. I like the fact that he was the brooding, serious, no nonsense. You're gonna have to have a good reason to get him on your side kind of guy, and unfortunately, we didn't get that. When it comes to Shuri being the Black Panther, the fact that it's not Okoye, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just not. I'm not down for that. Um, the actress that plays her did a great job, but in terms of the story, I felt like they got it wrong. It would have been much more easy. You have to understand also, like, if you just look at Shuri's build and her previous fighting experience, like, I didn't even like her coming out with her guns in Endgame. I was like, who is this? She's gonna get killed. She should get killed. Like, she has no real fighting experience. She's the brain. I got no problem with her being the brain, even if she has to be the one person in the entire movie that makes jokes. But I even caught a bit of that in Falcon and Winter Soldier, where they were trying to bring humor to some of the Wakanda actresses, and I just did not like that. So the movie did not land at all for me. I have to sneeze. I love sneezing. Hold on. It went away. It's still there. It's gone. All right. I won't get to sneeze. I'll try to sneeze after this. But yeah, the movie, it got you in the feels for a little bit, but in terms of Namor, they strayed so far from the source material. I was like, man, I'm not even trying to watch this anymore. And I understand why they did it. It's because they really couldn't get the rights to call him Namor. And if they changed just enough, they can kind of like use enough of his likeness without getting sued. So